How do you know if your search campaign, your social paid campaign, how do you know if they're performing the way you want them to perform? How do you know if they're successful? Well, a good starting point, just a starting point, I'm not saying it's the end all be all, you should, look at this and walk away, but a good starting point is to look at how much it's costing you in marketing dollars to sell a car. Now, I say that take that with a grain of salt, because it's different depending on the OEM, depending on the regional area. But I would say if you're between 200 to 500, I know that's broad, 200 to 500, you're probably in a pretty healthy spot. Now, I know there are some GM stores in urban areas that are at the $600-700 mark. You're also in a healthy spot. So how do you know? Are you meeting your sales goals? Are you meeting your net profit goals? That means after you've taken out the marketing dollars per sale, after you've paid everybody, after you've paid yourself, after you've paid for the lights and everything else, are you meeting those goals? So if you can say, yes, I'm meeting those goals and I'm spending $600 per unit, then you're at a healthy range. If you can't say that, if you're like, well, no, I'm at $600 marketing dollars per sold and I'm not meeting any of my profit goals or any of my sales goals, then you really need to take a look at your third-party marketing vendor. And you need to ask them some hard questions. So number one, for the past however long you've been with them, if it's been more than 12 months, just look at 12 months. Ask them to pull the total spend, including their fees, that you've spent every month with them. And then you have them drop that into a spreadsheet and you give them the total sales, which they should be asking for already, for each of those months. And you just do some simple math. There's your marketing dollars, how much per sale it's going to be, how much per sale it's costing you, to sell every car. So what are we doing with that information? So once you've established whatever that number is for the past 12 months, let's say it's $500 per car. It's costing me $500 marketing dollars to sell one car. Okay. Are you meeting the sales goals required by the OEM, required by your owner, or as an owner? And then are you meeting your net profit goals? That means after you pay everybody and whatnot. Are you meeting all those goals? And then you're paying $500 marketing dollars to sell a car? Okay, great. Yes, then you are that's a healthy digital marketing company. That's a healthy digital marketing campaigns, advertising platform strategy, whatever you want to call it. If you're not, and you're paying, $1,200 to sell marketing dollars to sell one car, and you're still not meeting goals, and you're still not meeting your net profit goals that you need to meet, you need to have a hard conversation with your digital marketing company. That information, I think it's really vital to a dealer to know that, because they have that equation in their head all the time. Like as soon as they say, oh, we sold another car, okay, that's $250 for this month times X this way. Most GMs I know have those numbers in their head. So knowing how many marketing dollars it costs me to sell every car, that also is key vital information. And GMs that have like an internal marketing company, that's what they're looking for. Like, how much does it cost me to sell a car? Is it too expensive or not expensive enough? Those are things that, as a third-party company, that should be readily available information. Another piece of information we should deliver to them as third-party vendors is what their competitors are doing. Now, we can't tell them what their competitors are spending. That's private information. But we can absolutely show them what their competitors, how they're advertising. And we can give them our expert opinions on how we think those ads are, how they're performing against what ads we have running for them. So I reviewed a store today that of the 4 closest competitors to him, he's got the only one that's even close to him. He's beating them out completely on impression share. That's number one. And then number two, there are 2 stores that are beating him out on fixed stops because he's not spending any money on paid fixed stops. So that needs to be another part of the conversation. But anyway, I digress. You can look at Google Ads transparency, and you can look up any one of your competitors. You can see what their ads are. How are their ads compared to yours? You can look in the Google Ads, or have your third-party marketer look in the Google Ads preview tool and look at your ads and look at what's being served up. Don't look in your phone and be like, oh, my ad's not your ad's not appearing because you're sitting in the dealership looking at it on your computer, and we've excluded your IP address. So stop asking third-party vendors, oh, I don't see my ad. Well, you're not buying cars at your store. Well, you might be buying cars if you don't have a demo or whatever, but we're not marketing to you, Mr. GM, Mr. Owner. We're marketing to all the people around you. So the fact that your personal own ads don't appear is a good thing. If they do appear, I would be worried. But if you want to see a copy of your ad compared to your competition's, go to Google Ads Transparency, and you can look up those ads. You can see your ads. You could actually put your name in there and look them up and see what, as far as, what's the tagline? What's the action item, the thing that sparks someone to actually click on that vehicle? Is it a number, an incentive number? That's garbage. Nobody's clicking on that. Nobody cares. If it's an interest rate, that might garner a couple clicks right now, especially with the high interest rates that OEMs manufacturers are running right now. But I mean, you know what the health of your campaigns are, because your digital marketing company has been hopefully been very open about that. But get the expert opinion of the digital marketing representative that you have representing your account, and you can really tell a lot from what the ad copy says or what it doesn't say. Like, I saw one today, the ad copy was just a phone number, call us. I was like, that's your call out? That's your call out. Okay. It didn't make much sense to me. When I looked at the other ads in the area, he was the only one who was running an ad that had a call out like that. So I wasn't really understanding if that was just something that was marketing, something in that particular market, because I don't live in the Northeast United States, so I really didn't know. But I was looking at some other stores in that particular state, and I didn't see anybody else doing that. So I thought it was just kind of lazy personally. Anyway, I digress. But it's your responsibility to know that number as a digital marketing company, because that should be something that is something your general managers are going to ask. That is something your general managers need to know in order to determine the health of the whole campaign. And I get it. There's a lot of people who, this is a relationship business. Selling cars is a relationship-based business. It's the second biggest purchase people make. People are going to buy 8 to 10 cars in their entire lifetime. So, and I talked about this in plenty of my other videos, playing the long game and developing that relationship so you can be the person that sells them that 8 to 10 cars in their lifetime is the only way to play that card. So, as third-party vendors, that attitude needs to be the same. You need to create a relationship with that dealership that you know what they're going to ask, you know what they're going to need before they need it. So something like how many marketing dollars am I spending on one car? That needs to be readily available information. But it's not something that you should solely rely on to determine the health of your contract with them, or your campaign strategy, with them. So really use that as kind of a 35,000 foot view on the health of your strategy with them, your paid strategy with them, and then dig a little deeper down into the different campaigns. And then I'll get into in the next video what your responsibility is as a dealer, because it's not just on the digital marketing company to sell you cars. You have responsibilities as a dealership to make sure all the traffic we're sending you that's converting. So I'll get into that next video though. That's all I got for this week. Hope that helps. Happy selling.